What's going on, everyone? Red Room in the house. Today, I am going to show you what I've actually been working on or what I've been playing. So, Satisfactory, um, it's been in a beta test type, and it's been a fun game. It's nice and relaxing. One thing I've realized, watching a lot of the other people who play this and stream it and everything, they build massive and massive, massive areas. Well, for my massive area, I really didn't do all that much. So I'm gonna get right down into it. I built what is called a recycling storage system. So still in the works. The storage system is almost 100%. I'm still building all the machines to reproduce everything. So when doing that, we pretty much make sure that everything is automated, or as automated as much as possible. So without further ado, let's jump on into the storage system. Because I mean, everything else is pretty self-explanatory, but we'll actually jump into that too. So actually, you know what? We will jump over here. And so this is pretty much where I was kind of designing it to where uh, it starts production from ingots, anything with ingots that it would come around. So we got all ingots in here, and then it goes up to here. It mass produces all this stuff. Obviously, it's a little tied back, but ooh, really, what's in here? Oh, hey, cool. Uh, Everything pushes out to here, and it goes into um, a conveyor system, which follows down to here, and everything you see is being pushed back to the storage unit. So obviously you see other stuff here, like we got Cortez, and then we got Quickwire. These were actually being pulled from somewhere else. I actually am going to be putting my whole base way up there, connecting actually all the islands together, well, but that's at a much later date. I was actually trying to start building this in order to get everything fully going. So obviously I got stairs to go to each level. There are 3 levels. Um, each one does something different as far as production goes. Um, I was I started rethinking on how I wanted to do production, and frankly, the area over here, um, I just I decided to not to do fulfill this side anymore, just due to the fact that the way the belts are and within this game. So, because obviously this is going to be my third layer. Um, we'll go to the fourth level. The fourth level was actually going to be all the manufacturers. So at one point I did have quite a few manufacturers, but it wasn't producing everything I wanted. So pretty much at this point in time, I just scrapped it just so that I could actually get everything all squared away for how I wanted to do it, you know. So right now, obviously, I'm just trying to get some of my material back for when I um, build onto everything else. Ooh, really? Okay, so it is 100% full. All right, cool. So and that's how I had it here. Well, so my ultimate. Oh, if you stay there too long, it likes to suck you back inside. Let's try that again. All right, so my ultimate goal is to start making each floor a different level of things. So, uh, first floor would be like anything that's metal based, and then second floor copper, third floor, and so on. So from here, oh, so from here it looks all nice, big, everything else. Yeah, it looks good. I'm actually trying to design it to see. Thank you, Cena Danny. It's been a while since I've been on, so yeah, it's just something I'm not doing very much of, but I wanted to kind of do it just for fun. So, but thank you again. Uh, so pretty much where I started left, leaving off is that I was gonna make this side my complete manufacturing. So, uh, now granted, I don't have everything unlocked just because I've been just focusing on building versus getting everything unlocked and then doing it that way. So, ah, okay, well that didn't work. Anyways. Mm. All right, there we go. So, manufacturing is done. Well, manufacturing is here, but you got all your assemblers down here, and then all these so assemblers are on the first floor, which are bringing everything from the storage containers to these and making the larger parts that would need to go here to the manufacturers. So everything is in what is called a recycling system. When I say recycling system, I really mean like everything is being 100% recycled, to where it's it's manufactured over here or anywhere else, and then go to the storage system. From the storage system, it trickles all the way down, and it comes to the actual assemblers. And then from the assemblers, it goes back to the storage system and then comes down to the manufacturers. But I haven't gotten to that point. I've put 300 hours into this, just designing the infrastructure. So we are going to go into the recycling storage system. So this goes to the very, very top row. But as you can tell, I decided to do the safety protocol stuff. It's just it's more of a funny gimmick type thing of what you would really see in a manufacturing. How safe is everything? To accordingly. So that's kind of how I did it. I also did get this idea from one of my other friends, Kabuki-san. So I took this, but into a larger scale, so I thought. But his method was make all the storages, put one of each one, so everything I've produce or make is all sitting here in the storage systems. And I think these are 11 storage units of, let's see, industrial storage units, high, and they all trickle down. So everything goes up and then comes down. So, this is all the stuff that I have for right now until I start getting more. Let's see, yeah, this one's not complete. So everything is all cool. So, and I bet you're all wondering, is like, how does it actually work? So, we are going to go underneath and actually we'll go outside and see how some of the stuff comes in and everything, and where does it all, what does it all do? Now, granted, my way is not the most practical way, which I don't have a problem with. Everyone else has a different method of how we can mass produce everything. This is kind of what I thought was cool and just fun in all around. So over here, I have all these machines just making different things, and they all merge together, which I was just testing different theories of how all this stuff works. Oh yeah, um, this is my my power system, my power grid. Actually, my capacity is at 2,700 right now. You know, it comes and goes, but I have, let's see, it's 3, 6, 9, 12, um, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I have 30 coal reactors or coal generators producing everything, and each one, oh, thought each one had shards, but majority of them have shards. So it's definitely quite an adventure. So all right, so let's get down to the of how everything was supposed to come in. So let me jump back over here where I first started. In my mind, I had everything all planned on how I was gonna show everyone, but it is what it is. So like, I have each where I have stuff coming in. You know, I have everything just all everything is contributed pretty evenly. Um, so everything comes in. You know, you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. I actually have multiple floors. So right here is my main floor, and then I have now a basement. And this basement does serves multiple purposes. So obviously, this is all my storage right here. Trickles down, and then comes into these mergers. But everything comes up here, and then goes all the way up here. So let's go to the very top, and we are going to show you how it all works. I have built a little system so you just don't automatically get sucked in. And then we are going all the way up. So you can see the stuff. I kind of like this method just because it was different and cool looking. Alright, so I'm at the very top, but there's also a lower level. So this is where, so up top, I can see everything kind of like, oh, okay, making sure everything's good. I can use my factory card if I so choose to. I can walk, make sure that. I'm actually creating subfloors to where I can walk and walk all the way back here to see everything, making sure that nothing is at the very peak of it. So like this, so like this, we'll take this one for instance. So this is all the copper sheets. The way it's designed is that it goes down and it circles all the way around. So this is the beginning of the recycling. So let me go to the other side. So we'll start from where it comes in. So this is the inlet. So obviously that's where I got sucked in right there. Comes in here. This is a merger. So it does a full 360 all the way around, and it just does everything. Well, the way I see it is that it runs around, and I have smart mergers or smart splitters. Each one is designed for its natural purpose of where every container goes, which is wonderful. So I created a shit ton of them. Some of them are not being used just because I haven't gotten that far. Oh shit. I just killed myself. I totally forgot about that. Oh, there's another person here. Alright, cool. Eh. I try not to die too. I forgot I had a hole in the wall. Alright, it's over here. Note to self, don't let this happen. Where? Where are my thingies? Ah. Okay, there we go. We'll do this, da-da-da. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so, yes, I do carry a lot of crap, but that's because I've been going through everything and trying to figure it all out. So, alright. Let's get back on. Whoop. Okay, well, that didn't quite work. Now we got to go back up. Okay, cool. I got enough for a wall. I'm going to steal that wall because I don't need it. Alright. And so, yeah, I've created a few systems of, like, shelving and everything else. Let's see. That's an entrance to upstairs, which is just, I can't jump through the glass floors, obviously. Here we go. Let's fix this. I don't feel like falling out again. Alright. So obviously it makes it all the way around. Obviously this will be 100% filled with smart splitters. Everything goes in. When it gets to this point, obviously we see a lift, but it goes down one floor. So we are going to go down to that next floor if we can. Oh yeah, I have to go over here. We can't go to that particular floor because I have it blocked off. Yeah. So this over here runs. You know what? There we go. All right. So obviously it comes all the way down here. This is just the excess stuff that the storage containers have. So yeah, and then you're going to be like, oh, okay, it goes down all the way to the bottom floor, actually to the basement area. And it actually gets recycled to the awesome sink. So everything that I have is either stored in here, and then it gets recycled if I have no more space to put this, and it goes to the awesome sink. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, well, why is that considered a recycling system? Or possibly, like, that is a dumb idea. So we are going to go down to, let's see. All right, cool. So obviously I have between each floors, so obviously the way the storage system goes down, which is, it goes in this way down. Actually, you know what? Let me see. Will it work? Okay, so you can see similar. So it goes in this one down, and it just does a freaking snake style. So as long as you do it that way, you're you're golden. So that's how it trickles all the way down. And then, so we're gonna go to the bottom floor. Oh, you know what? We'll go to the basement. And so we'll see everything kind of in action. So obviously, all the containers I have, these are the mergers, just straight up mergers. They all merge into this one giant area. And then come over here. There's a manufacturer there that I was just building. Oop. And then so these are all the assemblers. Each one has a designated. So once everything is completely filled with its personal asset, it gets recycled back into the storage system. So, and then when I said that after the storage system, it comes all the way down. Well, it just comes down, comes underneath, and goes right here. I did this for a few reasons, just for the looks mainly, of like, oh hey, it disappears into the floor. That's cool. Where does it go? And so with this one, obviously it just goes to the sink, the awesome sink right there. So over here, I have started to design the outlets of where. So after the assemblies, this produces all the items that I've asked for it to assemble, and it goes up and it goes into the belt that goes to the storage units. So it is 100% recycling system. At everything is not it's not 100% effective yet, just because I'm toying around with ideas of when I get uh, the faster belt system, because I am only currently at the belt 4. I know there's a 5th one, and when I get to the 5th one, everything will be a lot faster. Some belts will be on a little bit slower one, just so that certain manufacturing can be faster versus others, because everything doesn't need to be at the same speed, because then you obviously have this. So far this is my way of making everything. So some of you are like, well, how does your power system work? That's a good question. So I actually designed this one, and it worked on the second try, if I'm not mistaken. So I started with one area producing water for the coal generators, because obviously you needed coal. So we'll go all the way to where the coal was. Yes, each one is at its max to where the flow rate stays pretty darn level. Um, it's I've made it consistent to where there's no air pockets in it, or I've tried to put no air pockets in it. So yeah, so and there's obviously all my oil. Let's see, map. I forget what. Okay, here we go. So the map, so all my oil actually comes from right here, and this is my base here. Rock Cortez is a way over here. You got the mountains that are actually right in behind, all the way over here. I mean, I went searching just for shits and giggles, uh, but you know, I was like, oh, okay, cool. So everything's on the grid, and that's also including the Raw Cortez, because the not Raw Cortez is way over there, and then the oil system that actually is produced by the power is actually produced by my coal generators. So um, I was scaling up here just to find out what's going on. So I had at the very beginning I had three um, water generators producing. These were I left these here just in case if the electricity got shut off for some reason. It happened a few times, I guess, during the one of the two updates where these were not producing enough water into a single pipe, which I couldn't explain why. So I left those on for the generators until I left everything on. So that was a good while. And when I had everything completely set up, working, I only had about 12 of the generators working out of the 30. Um, well, that's because I only had 12 generators set up. I was like, oh, let's add more. So, and then once I started adding more and more generators, I realized that these were not going to be sufficient enough to forcefully push it all. I do have pumps like every other pipe almost to maintain full pressure of the water. Um, some pipes actually have two pumps per pipe, just so that so like right here, I believe it's this one that has a very small like drop here. This one has no drop, but when they did an update, um, right here is where it would not produce any more water. Like it would not pump. And I had problems of trying to figure out, you know, why did that happen? So I created uh, a system that went from like that, like this one right here. It goes from one to the other, and it was on every one of them. So and I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, that's how I'll have everything. Then I ended up utilizing this water system over here. So I have two here feeding on this side, strictly here. And then I have 1, 2, 3 over there. Yeah, 3 over here. Coming to merge over here. Oh, wait. Yeah, it stopped there. It doesn't do it anymore. And then it goes over here and feeds all these. So I have the piping system trying to feed into a central location. So this is your kind of midpoint, but yet it goes through every one of them. And the coal system is actually quite easy. Everything is on just standardized splitters. It goes to every one of them, loops around these two, and then it comes back over here, and it goes up here, just so that I made a kind of like elevated wall right here, and then okay, so yeah, this is how I have the actual water system. It actually works. Um, there isn't much to it, so it's a cool method. It's different from what I've seen people, everyone, a lot of people are like, oh, you have to use, you know, one of them um, per way, per line. So one of them per line because that's what it takes. I just wanted to see what I could do with one line going around to everything, but multiple water pumps pushing into that one line. Obviously, in the real world, that could break if you don't have it sustainable and strong enough. So, um, obviously, there's my coal right there as the Rock Cortez leading all the way back over there on the left-hand side of that area. So, in all, it's actually quite cool. So to make this elevated wall right here, I did it a little bit different. So for people who want to try to recreate this, it was definitely a challenge to do this. So obviously, because the way the walls are, they're at halfway points. Let me see. Can I go under here? Yes, I can. All right, so these are the walls that I created. When I created this, obviously, so everything under here is a subfloor of something. Obviously, that's where everything goes for the basement of what I call it. So, I want to leave out there walking around, kind of looking cool. So that's how I created this. So, and that's the way I did it, and I was like, oh, okay, that'd be cool and all. So, um, why is this here? Don't need that there. So obviously I have enough for two more. Yes, two more that I can add. I put poles everywhere in case if I ever needed enough power to anything. So as I add on, so when I added power to everything, it obviously comes from multiple places. So this one goes in there. Whoops. So yeah, I'm gonna have to run all the way back over here. We'll use a conveyor belt to run faster. And then I also have another power outlet right here that comes from over here. So it comes into multiple places. The power grid is closed so that it's not going out one way or another. It is they all work with each other. So obviously the power grid's here for this one, and that don't work. So and then let's see. That power grid is actually off of a pole over there, so everything comes from over here, runs along there, and then it just kind of breaks out. I do want to make sure that the poles all stay connected together, just so that everything is capable of being functional. I don't want to say, oh, hey, this area is, drawing more power. Otherwise, I'd have issues in my eyes, So it is definitely a lot different than others I have seen. So these are just my manual machines right here. This one creates enclosure beams, which I'm gonna feed that more. I use that for storage. I use this for other storage. Ooh, computers in here. Cool. Stuff I forget that I had because I don't play it every day. I'm creating and manufacturing these. Actually, you know what? That's what I want to do. Frankly, I have friends that come in and join and everything. there are times where I leave my computer on and I get my friends to come join, and they help out every once in a while if they can. But I also leave my system on because it is not a dedicated server. So therefore, um, it when creating materials, it creates materials only as you play. So when you leave it on, that's also one reason why I have 300 hours. Is because not everything is rock solid. Oh yes, with the safety features of when I was talking about that earlier. These are the cool things. It's like, when you're walking around to, obviously this is not as safe, but it's like when I designed all this stuff, like this walkway, I could just easily not have a walkway, and I can close this if I need to, but I thought it would be cool to leave this open. So it's just like all these different kind of ways of, don't want to hurt yourself or whatever, of the way the infrastructure is. So, oh yeah. So I built a platform that just oversees all these, making sure they're working. Obviously, they're not working because they're not getting enough of the parts. This is also one issue I'm trying to resolve, but I have figured out the issue. It's just I haven't bothered to do anything about it. Now, I've noticed in this game the limitations on when you feed everything to one belt. So let's see, we're gonna go down. Come on, there we go. All right, so let's start over here. So as I pretty much walk across these, I see parts here, parts there. None of that is actually functional right now. So it's like, okay, hey, everything's gonna go, it's gonna move, but in reality, when everything moves, it mostly takes everything that's closer to here. When there's an open space, it does not do this. It doesn't trickle down. Kind of wish they would actually bring in a timer to these. So like, let's say a programmable splitter. We put it here, whatever. We go into E. We can actually say, okay, hey, we can tell, hey, this many items. So like, let's say, hey, I want the AI. I wanted the adapter controller. Everything to go to the left output. Well, it would be nice if we had a limiter. So every time, when I say limiter, a timer. Every time one of these goes out, it has to count for X amount of seconds or something like that. Go through it that way. That way, as it builds up, it can now put everything on one conveyor belt. Because obviously, one conveyor belt versus many conveyor belts looks a lot nicer, and it's more functional, and it can be practical. So those are that was one of the recommendations I found that I could actually see working like that. So overall, the game's fun. It's very relaxing. Few tweaks here and there. Obviously, it's in beta. I find the major fun enjoying it. Oh yeah, my big behemoth of a truck, and then itty bitty storage on it. Oh yeah, put those there because I was actually gonna go use this out there in a little bit and start creating more. I have one. Let's see. Where's my? Oh, okay. There's those. So look, I have three little carts. My little golf carts, I should say, because that's what I see it as. He goes, wee, let's get inside. All right. These little things are quick, fast. Ooh, you know what? Let's have some fun. I just got these. Can you say half pipe? Oh, come on. Oh, this is going to be cool. Something I just thought of right now. Whee! Aww. Whee! That's cool. Oh. Aw. Damn. Oh, that would have been full. No! My little toy. Alright, well. What else can I build? Oh, no kidding. I wonder. Oh, that's cool. Inverted. Oh, this is cool. Anybody want to build a Death Star? This is going to be awesome. Alright, here we go. Alright. Let's see what this does. Aw. Whee! Whee! Oh, that's cool. Oh, oh, aw. If you guys have not taken this on sand, it's like literally in a drift jack. It's quite fun. This was kind of cool. Now I'm just goofing off. This is actually kind of fun. Whee! I could spend hours doing this shit. Aw. What else? Oh, okay. I get that now. Ah. And this is how to get rid of everything really quick. Cool. Alright. What else can I build? Now that I think about it. But yeah. So this is my little fun, extravagant. Obviously, I'm doing everything myself. It's a lot more harder than it seems, but I find a lot of fun in it. You know, granted, I definitely would love to have more help in it. So maybe if any of y'all want to come join and kind of expand onto this, that'd be kind of cool, you know. But no one has to. And then, oh yeah, got radiation there. So I built everything to stay away from that. So um, yeah. So let's see here. What else? Yeah, I don't have really much anything else. I kind of built me like a little hub, kind of. So obviously this is the stupid the hub, but I kind of built me like a little house. So my mam is here. So here's the everything that I have left. I just have this, which kind of don't really care for. Um, radio signals, radio controls. Obviously, I got all the slugs. The nutrition is done. Uh, that is done. That one's done. Let's see. I only got the geothermal generator that I need to do. And then, yeah. So, let's see. 1, 2. So, pretty much 3 more items to research, and then I'd be done with that area. But pretty much everything else is actually working. I haven't found any issues yet. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's see. But overall, I enjoy everything that I have. So, but just wanted to kind of bring this out to everyone. Kind of wanted to just make a live video of what I saw. I know everyone just loves to make videos, edit them, all that, saying, "Hey, this is what I've done." Well, I just did that, but in a live format. Let's see, why did I make this platform? Oh yeah, I made this platform. So this platform will be housing as the manufacturers when it drops down from. So when I design it, it's gonna come out here, and then actually, you know what? I'll build you guys a floor so that you guys understand. If you don't screw up like that. So obviously, what I would do is have it go here, kind of go down. Now I can have it go this way or this way, um, depending on where it was, where it sat. So what I would do is have it here, kind of get the exact location. So, and then have it face this way. I would take it apart because the way I want it to do is that it automatically connects to everything. So, because now when I try to put something here, it only wants to go over there or there. So this one is completely merged to this, which is quite nice. And then I would do the similar setup here. So this one is so obviously the green line means I'm matching up with the other merger and I'm lining up with this one. Helps if I press the right buttons. Bam. So now these two are 100%. So it's like, okay, cool. Everything works. Well, it can work. These don't have power and don't have any other belts to them. But overall, this is how I see it. It's fun in a sense of relaxation. I do love the glass floors. I believe this is one of the best parts from what I've seen. Just because the fact that now I can go and see everything there. So, oh yeah, I'll show you the whole reason behind this. So, I was just trying to get creative, kind of make something cool of it. Um, Obviously, I can't make an actual bar go from here to here because it actually runs into that. So, obviously, when I come down here and I decide to update any of these into the faster conveyor systems, I'm now able to walk up and down here and look down, top and bottom, and do all these areas at the same time. Now I'm gonna have one for each floor or each row area, just so the fact that it's easier. So you know, if you all think of something else that I could possibly do, um, you know, I really appreciate more positive feedback of what I could do possibly a little bit better. What has worked probably in your scenario, what hasn't. Uh, like I said, this is me more goofing off than anything else. But just wanted to introduce everyone's to my setup and let you all see and figure that out. Obviously, my system is a little bit more chaotic, but I plan to have. Uh, so, so when I build my main, right now this is my main manufacturer. But once I have everything 100%, you know what? Let's see. Oh, hell with it. Let's go. We'll take this over here. I pretty much built everything. I built this to like all the conveyor systems, so I can always easily drive underneath them if I so need to, versus trying to drive over them. So obviously I have a platform right there. You know, so it's like, oh, okay, cool. But how do I get there? Oh yeah, it's been a while. And this thing is a gas hog. Like there's plenty of resources around the desert area that I have found. They're not pure, but there's more of them. So when you start combining them together, you can do a lot, and it's quite nice. You know, from an area of, oh hey, let's build massively. Um, I just need to start getting everything to work accordingly. I'm gonna go through this area. Oh nope, not going to. So let's see here. Run over the kitty cat. This game still is laggy. I mean, obviously, I have a really high end. Well, I have a decent system, but a high end graphics card, obviously. But this system, in general, can play everything run smoothly just fine. But this game will not stay at a solid frames per second for everything in particular. So we'll come down to our. This is the oil field that I told you guys about. That I'm over here. There we go. So obviously, these. Oh yeah, I forgot. I actually made oil generators. So I made those for a few reasons. One, to start producing like oil generators for here, but also to get rid of the excess stuff when I create it. So um, it looks like a few things were offline, but that's okay. I don't need everything online right now. The areas that I want to show. Let's see if I can get up there with a vehicle. If not, I'll run and jump up there. This area was an actual trap hole, so I kind of fell down it. I had to figure out how to get up there and everything. Alright, well. Woo! Alright. Well, screw that way. Anyways, alright. We're going to go to the very top of this, and I'll kind of show you of what I was talking about and why. Alright. Yes, this way. Oh no! Alright. I can't get up that way. So I'll use my... What am I doing? Alright, there we go. Okay, well, I'll do it this way. Okay. Yeah, I wanted the jetpack, but I haven't bothered to I haven't bothered to get it. Probably just because of I find it fun running everywhere. Makes it a little bit more of a challenge to do stuff. So, I mean, everything's supposed to be simplicity. Everyone likes simplicity. I like challenges. It may take me a lot longer, but I still find a lot of fun on them. And I have everything, mostly the stuff that I use, bound to a key. Alright, here we go. So I've kind of started to build a ramp area, or not a ramp area, but a wall. So this is the very, very top peak of this major rock. I just wish it was light so you could actually see it. But literally, this area is almost, it's really, really huge for being at the very peak of everything. So actually, you know what? I'm going to go up here and see and show you. Because obviously we got the waterfall, we got a pond. So obviously, that's my building. Goddamn. Haven't gotten to look at it like from all the way up here. But as you can kind of see, that this game or this area would be an ideal place to start building a huge infrastructure, and then just start linking all these places together. You know, it's kind of cool. Like if you start linking all the very tops together, and then you just build it out that way. So that way, as you build everything, you can have certain sections. You're like, oh yeah, it's over by that rock or this rock or however. So being higher up would possibly be better. Wish this stupid moon would hurry up and go away. But obviously that's my little pathway up there. So obviously I would have to, there would be a lot of planning and architecting, you know, especially with the water and needing to, like if I wanted to build something to where it starts storing massive amount of water, that'd actually be kind of cool. Now that I think about it. Like have all your water sources up here, coming from here, and then literally everything cascades down, so you would not need water pumps. That would actually be kind of cool. So yeah, I wonder. Whee! If I die, I die. Oh, that's cool. Well, all right, cool. Never did that, but now I did. So this area would actually be kind of perfect almost. If you so you could actually create a full out water infrastructure. So like if if you needed nuclear, if you needed coal generating, everything would work wonderful right there. And then just have it cascade down in every direction you need it. That I could actually see. That would work. I am going to build that one day. So each floor has something to represent differently. But, you know, I started during when I did this game, or when it went from update 2 to update 3, I started in the desert area, just for shits and giggles. And I'm glad I did, because I have found more resources than the jungle area, like all over there. Like, let's go to the map. So, when I first started update 2, I started over here, and then I ventured over here. But I still find a lot more resources as far as like mining areas to do everything, and so that's one of the main things that I really liked about it. So it's definitely different. Uh, you know, this place was definitely more of a challenge to build. I will say that. But I also like once you start in it, I find it a lot easier to build because it's more of a flat surface. It's a canvas. It's a blank canvas to build out what you desire. And obviously that's what I did. So, really, really trying to get it to where it all works. Um, so yeah. So if anyone has any comments, obviously I'd love to hear about what you guys have done, or if you guys actually want me to join yours and give you guys pointers on things that you see in mine that don't make sense to you. I have no problem of trying to figure out, helping anyone out with this stuff or just goofing off. You know, actually, I have a friend who streams as well with this, and him and like four other people. Each person started in a different region, and once they all merged together via a train system. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. So it's more of a, hey, let's see who has a better challenge and see who can produce the more, or see what, or they give, hey, we need you to build all this, this, and this, and this, and then so they share the resources that way. But yeah, so alrighty, guys. Well, this was gonna be the most of my video here. I'll try to put out a few more videos after I've gotten a few things more, a few things updated in it. Um, so this one obviously says 257 hours, which is roughly around, yeah. So no, almost 300 hours now. So, but yeah, uh, yeah, hit me up. My Yeah, I'm not sure when. But all right, guys. I'll catch you all later. Have a good one.